Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be reacting to Angelina Jordan's own composition, What is Life? So stick around. Hi there, I am Barnaby King, founder of Clown Spirit, where we take the power of clowning and we use it to bring lightness, joy and connection to your life and the lives of everybody around you. If you're new to the Clown Spirit YouTube channel, please hit subscribe right now and support the work we do. And I'd just like to extend an extra special thank you to all the people this week who have used the Buy Me a Coffee link below. It is so awesome of you, so kind. Thank you so much. If you want to support the work I'm doing and the reactions I'm doing and you want to see more reactions, that would be super awesome way to support what I'm doing. Just hit the link below and you can buy me a coffee for $5 or as many coffees as you like. And that will keep me going through the long nights. So I'd also like to thank you for the recommendations and keep them coming. Now, one of you on the last video I did said they thought that I was ready to look at some of Angelina Jordan's own compositions. And I'm very excited about this because I've only been doing the covers up until now. But I'm really excited by her creative vision and her own artistic identity. So I'm super excited to get into her own compositions. And the first one I chose to do is this one, which is What is Life? So this is the first time I've ever seen it. Let's do it.
Hello y'all, this is a composition written by Angelina Jordan, one of her first original compositions.
What is a life? Life is maybe going to school. Perhaps life is sitting at the piano, playing beautiful songs. Maybe life is about creating paintings like my grandma. Life is perhaps a tea that's stilthy in the night. To get your love on time. What if life means you and I will shine like a star in the darkest sky? Maybe life is a warm embrace from someone safe, or maybe life's just a memory. We come, we see, feeding us with my little sister. After all, she's the love of my life. Life is beautiful. Love life with all the good and bad. Bye.
Wow. Well, I mean, that was pretty extraordinary. I feel kind of like, I don't know, just a little bit overwhelmed by the beauty of that song. Just the words, the combination of the words and the tune and the harmonies and the chords. Just the kind of like the sweetness of this little group of people as well, and their connection and the beautiful intention behind the whole thing. It's so powerful. And what is incredible to me is not just that the musical maturity and sensitivity of it, but the lyrics. I mean, she hasn't got, as you might expect, a young person, and I don't know when she wrote this song or how old she was when she wrote it. The guy said it was one of her first, or maybe her first composition, so maybe she didn't even write it that recently. But it's the words have a kind of interesting simplicity, a childishness, but also a real like huge maturity about them. Because for one thing, they don't rhyme particularly, and it's, you know, to be able to write lyrics or poetry that doesn't rhyme is in a way a step beyond, right? It's not necessarily what you would expect from a child. And for me, all the lyrics, all the words were touching, were moving, were affecting me, were connecting deeply with me and my inner experience of the world. I just want to go back and, you know, I let it play all the way through because I just felt like I had to. I didn't want to stop it. But now I'd like to go back and just trace through some of the moments.
Compositions.
What is a life? Life is maybe going to school. Perhaps life is sitting at the piano.
So, I mean, just this philosophical question, right? What is life? I love this. You know, it's a question we all ask ourselves all the time, right? It is the question, perhaps the only question that really matters, or that we all have, right? We don't know. We don't know what is life. And the fact that she's asked this question is so beautiful. What is life? It may be going to school, because that's her experience, right? Or maybe the whole of life is a school. So maybe that goes for adults as well as for children. And then maybe life is just sitting at the piano, playing a tune. You know, so again, relating to her own experience and the beauty of what she knows. And for me, this resonates so strongly because one thing, I play the piano myself, and so for me, life, totally, playing the piano, art in general, art making, creativity is absolutely at the heart of life, of what life is all about. So I totally get what she's talking about and 100% agree.
Playing beautiful songs, maybe life is about creating paintings like my grandma.
I just love it. So again, she's drawing on her own experience. Maybe life is about paintings and reflecting on her grandmother, being an artist. But every single word she sings, every single line is just so deeply felt, right? She experiences and lives through every single word that she sings in this incredible way that I've talked about before, that she's channeling this kind of energy, this kind of pure creative spark that's just flowing out through her, and she's, when she closes her eyes, you can just sense that she's in this world so deeply in the song, and yet so present, right? She opens her eyes and she's right there with us.
Life is perhaps a tea that's stealthy in the night. What if life is a lift in your hand to the sky, up where the bluebirds fly to get your love on time? What if life means you and I will shine like a star in the darkest sky?
And I love these lyrics, and the idea that life is you and I, you know, shining bright like a star. For, you know, again, that's so profound. There is nothing in the world. All the stuff that we normally care about, that we get so anxious and tense and worried about, angry about, the stances, the issues, the objects, the things we want, is nothing. You know, life is just you and I. There's a great sort of profound simplicity to that that is just so wise and perceptive, and I love it.
Maybe life is a warm embrace from someone safe, or maybe life's just a memory. We come, we see, we go.
Wow, and again, such maturity from somebody so young. Like, we come, we see, we go. Life is just a memory. It's like she's already ahead of herself somehow. She's kind of there at a later stage of life, looking back on it and able to see at that age that how quick it is, right? How life passes by and it becomes just a memory very quickly. And we're fleeting, you know, we're kind of floating in the wind and fleeting, and it comes and it goes. I think this is the point where I started to feel really emotional when I was watching it the first time.
Feeding birds with my little sister. After all, she's the love of my life. Life is beautiful.
And this train of thought, you know, maybe like life is like feeding the birds with my sister. After all, she's the love of my life. Life is beautiful. There is something about these words that is deeply poetic and leads one through an emotional journey that I find very uplifting. You know, it's making me feel that life is beautiful, and that whatever happens, you know, through all the ups and downs and the happiness and the sadness and the suffering, there is something kind of beautiful about all of this transience.
Love life with all the good and bad. And the good and bad. Bye.
I love that repetition, the good and the bad, right? That resonates for me so strongly, particularly in this kind of the clowning work that I do, where what we're dealing with is this idea that we are who we are, with everything that comes with that. The flaws, the faults, the failures, all the stuff that we don't want to own up to and admit to and face. The good and the bad, right? We are everything. We're not just the nice, pretty side of ourselves. We're all of it. So, I mean, I just really, really appreciate all of that, all the sentiment, all the emotion, all the wisdom through that entire song. And there's such a sweetness to it as well. I mean, look at their faces, beautiful, smiling, bringing that energy and that joy into the world is such a great thing. So I'm super impressed by, in some ways I prefer this to her covers because, it's really purely her artistic creation, and you start to see what she really wants to say as an artist in the world. And I'm just looking forward to seeing more of those. So thank you so much for joining me again today. Subscribe to the Clown Spirit YouTube channel. If you are feeling able to, please buy me a coffee and support the work that I'm doing. Have an awesome day and keep clowning.